Panikar sir, shall I leave? I will join after some time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you may leave.
Right. Thank you.
Sir, एक मिनट. Kapil, we can start now.
Okay. So good evening all. So we have come to the end of this 10-day event, which was regarding the online classes of MA Part 1 first semester English. Total, in fact, as per the schedule that we had decided upon, there 20 classes were supposed to be engaged. Well, before I start, I would like to on the behalf of all of us, I salute Rashtrasan Tukloji Maharaj on his birth anniversary, and I welcome Dr. Bhagdikar Madam, who is representing the organizers, and she is one of the conveners. Then we have Dr. Jyoti Patil Madam with us, who is the chief guest for this function. I welcome her. And Dr. Palvekar, Professor and Head, Department of English, Rashtrasan Tukloji Maharaj, Nagpur University, Nagpur. So the purpose with which we had started these classes, as the new program is introduced by the university, then the students were unable to attend classes physically. So taking all this into consideration, and they should not be left behind with that aim, we had conducted these classes. And during these 10 days, we too had to face a few of the difficulties. 3 of our resource persons were tested positive, and out of 20 classes that we had planned, we could engage only 16 so far. But in the coming days, we would be fulfilling the remaining engagement as well. And other than that, the resource persons have also, along with the lecture, they have also contributed with the MCQs, which are there to test the understanding, the comprehension of the students. So with that, now we move on towards the valedictory, and I invite Dr. Vandana Bhagdikar Madam to make the introductory remarks. Madam has a long teaching experience of 24 years. At present, she is the principal of Mahila Mahavidyalaya Nandanvan and member of Board of Studies. She is a research supervisor. She has authored 2 books, and she has completed a minor research project which was funded by the UGC. Her area of interest is Indian fiction and women's studies. I request Madam to make the introductory remarks.
Thank you, sir. A pleasant good evening to all. Honorable President of today's valedictory program, Dr. Sanjay Palvekar. Honorable Chief Guest of today's program, Dr. Jyoti Patil. Honorable Chairman, Board of Studies and Convener, Dr. Urmila Dabir. My co-conveners and Honorable Principals of Organizing Colleges, Dr. Sunitra Maharaj and Dr. Vikas Dhomne. Organizing Secretaries, Dr. Kapil Singhal, Dr. Karthik Panikkar, Dr. Madhavi Moril, and Dr. Anil Dodewar, organizing committee members, and dear students. At the outset, on behalf of the organizing colleges, I welcome you all to the valedictory program of online lecture series of MA Semester 1 English, which was underway since last 2 weeks. Dear friends, today we are facing a very difficult, unexpected, and unimaginable situation. The pandemic has impacted our day-to-day activities tremendously. The schools and colleges are shut down for physical mode of teaching learning process. Almost all educational activities have halted in India. The outbreak of COVID-19 has advised us that change is inevitable. It has worked as a trigger for educational institutions to grow and opt for platform and techniques which have not been used before. Earlier, more emphasis was laid on traditional method of teaching learning, but the pandemic has made us find ways and means to reach to our students so that they are not deprived of their right to education. With this aim in mind, the organizing colleges from Nagpur and Bhandara came together and thought of starting such type of online lecture series. We started with BA semester 1, 2 and 3, compulsory English and English literature. And having successfully conducted the online lecture series, we later on moved to M.A.English semester 1. Since the lectures are streamed on YouTube, they are available to the students of any college, anytime and anywhere. They can learn from these lectures as per their convenience, as many a times there is connectivity issues during their college online classes. Also, we roped in faculty members from nearly 10 to 12 colleges to teach the students, thereby giving them a totally new experience of learning. Going a step ahead, we have also provided the study material which will be helpful for the students for their upcoming examination. Here, I would like to declare that the 4 organizing colleges are also going to undertake the MA English Semester 2 online lecture series in coming few days. This will be notified shortly to you all. Lastly, on behalf of all the 4 organizing colleges, I extend my sincere gratitude to Honorable Vice Chancellor Rashtrasanta Tukaroji Maharaj, Nagpur University, Nagpur, Dr. Subhash Chaudhary Sir, and Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Sanjay Dude Sir for giving us permission to collaborate with Board of Studies in English for this venture. I'm also thankful to all the resource persons who took lot of efforts and gave their best in teaching the students the nuances of the topics assigned to them. Without their support, this initiative of ours wouldn't have been possible. I'm equally grateful to the principals of collaborating colleges, Dr. Urmila Dabir, Dr. Sunetra Maharaj, and Dr. Vikas Dhomne sir, for granting permission to their English departments to join us in this venture. Once again, I welcome you all to the valedictory program and wish you all the best for your future endeavors. We will meet soon in our next online lecture series. Thank you.
Kapil, you have to unmute yourself. Kapil, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Since last 10 days, this is what is going on. Karthik is being reminding me of unmuting myself. Thank you, madam. Now I invite Dr. Jyoti Patil, who is the chief guest of this valedictory, to make her speech in the capacity. Madam has 30 years of teaching and administrative experience. She is the principal of Renuka Mahavidyalaya, Besa, Nagpur. Madam is a trained Infosys faculty for Global Language Enhancement Program. She has visited colleges as a member of NAC. Then ma'am has been resource person for many refresher courses at academic staff colleges of Nagpur and Amravati University. She is an associate editor of International Journal of Multidisciplinary Approach and Studies, and she is a recipient of 6 awards which have been conferred upon her from 2009 to 2015. She has 10 books to her credit, 25 chapters in book, and 105 papers published or presented. About 45 of her poems have been published and recited poetic meets. So on behalf of organizers, and I welcome ma'am and invite her to make the chief guest speech. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Kapil sir. Hello, friends. Good evening. I like to begin with a poem by Christy Chapman. They say it's the beginning, it's not the end. Therefore, we could never be the same again. This is why we decided to isolate and keep distance, cause things will never be the same again. As T.S. Eliot wrote in 4 Quartets, in my end is my beginning. And so it is just the end of this course, but it's also the beginning of your literary journey, my friends. Respected Dr. Sanjay Palvekar, presiding over the valedictory session, honorable conveners, the director and principals of all the 4 colleges, Dr. Sunedra Mahajan, Dr. Vikas Dhomne, who are not present here, Dr. Urmila Dabir, she's very much present here, Dr. Vandana Bhagrikar, who has just made her wonderful introductory remark. The coordinators, Dr. Kapil Singhel, Dr. Kartik Panikar, Dr. Anil Dodevar, and Dr. Madhvi Mohril, who is perhaps not well, along with the organizing staff. And my friends, Dr. Priya Vanjari, Dr. Sunil Naveed, principals of their respective colleges, and all the netizens and Gen Z literature lovers who are virtually present in this concluding session. First of all, I convey my congratulations to the collaborative team for organizing this virtual literary feast for the students across the region in this really trying and tough times when they are left in the dark to grapple with the situation like Hamlet's to be or not to be. This course tutorial, I think, is really a very fruitful venture initiated by the faculty members of these 4 collaborative colleges in association with other expert faculty members. Perhaps few of them are present over here also, who have punctiliously and meticulously introduced students to fiction, poetry, drama, and other forms of literary studies, with an emphasis on particular writers in understanding the nuances and nitty-gritty of English literature. English, being an international language, plays a key role in the academic life of our students, whether they come from rural or urban background. As British linguist David Bradall says, English is likely to remain one of the world's most important languages. And in the struggle between Anglo skills and Anglo skill knots, it's always the former group, that is Anglo skills, that has advantage over the latter, that is Anglo skill knots. And in the present scenario, English learners should not only acquire these 4 language traditional learning skills, LSRW, that is listening, speaking, reading, writing, but add to it 5 skills, LSRWT, that is smart listening, fluent speaking, intelligent reading, creative writing, and thinking. Not just thinking, but creative thinking. And if we talk about 5 C's of 21st century skills, then they are critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, curiosity. That goes hand in hand with all these learning skills. And for the better understanding, we should be familiar with the basic features of English language, which includes phonology, the sound system, that's phonetics, morphology, the structure of word, inflected forms, syntax, the combination of words into sentences, uh, just like grammar, semantics, the ways in which sounds and meanings are related, lexicon, dictionary of words, that's vocabulary. These days, we have specific acronyms also, like ELT, not English literature, ELT, English language teaching, ESL, English as a second language, ESP, English for specific purposes, CLIL, CLIL, content and language integrated learning, CALL, computer assisted language learning, MAL, mobile assisted language learning, etc. I agree with Dr. Prantik Banerjee. While delivering the inaugural speech, he said that in preparing the syllabus for M.A. English, as it is a generic term which includes many disciplines, they faced many challenges. It can be either MA in English language, MA in English language teaching, MA in English literature, MA in English studies, MA in creative writing, or MA in English culture or cultural studies. It is also a transdisciplinary endeavor, as English studies are spread across historical, sociological, political, psychological, philosophical, aesthetics, criticism, and cultural expanses. As J. Long beautifully states, behind every book is a man. Behind the man is the race. And behind the race are the natural and social environments. So, as far as English literature is concerned, it has faced uncountable changes ever since its existence. In simpler way, literature is what we see, feel, observe, and then pen down through different genres like poetry, novel, short story, essay, or drama. Talking about the history of English literature, we should be well versed with all the major periods such as Old English, Middle English, the Renaissance, Neoclassical, Romantic, Victorian, Edwardian, then Georgian, including various isms and movements like realism, naturalism, imagism, surrealism, Dadaism, symbolism, impressionism, expressionism, absurd drama, existentialism, black comedy, angry young man, kitchen sink drama, post-structuralism, deconstruction, and the list is quite long. Each age has its own characteristics, revealing that particular period and its literature. The Renaissance age from 1500 to 1660 is known for the origin of intellectual liberty, of growing intelligence and comfort among all classes. The 18th century literature known as Neoclassic age from 1660. 1660 is a very landmark year in literary arena when, of course, politically King Charles II was restored to the throne, and that year actually made the mark of classical age, beginning of the classical age till 1798. It also demanded that poetry should follow exact rules during neoclassical or classical age, and proposed to have discovered its rules in the classics of Horace, Virgil, and Ovid. The age of Romanticism, that is from 1798 to 1837. 1798, again, it's a landmark when Wordsworth and Coleridge published their lyrical ballads. That was a turning point from classicism to Romanticism. And till 1837, this age went on, verbalized love for nature in different ways, like Wordsworth showing divine elements in nature, S.T. Coleridge pen portraying supernaturalism, Lord Byron, known for his ferociousness, Keats presenting senses beauty, and Shelley abstract ideas. When we talk about Victorian age, Queen Victoria's reign, that is from which stretched from 1837 to 1901, is an era of prose and transition. Prominent writers and especially novelists were there. Some of them are here: Thomas Hardy, then Charles Dickens, Emily Bronte, George Eliot, and prose writers like R.L. Stevenson, Oscar Wilde. Then the list is very long. In the latter part of 19th century and in the beginning of 20th century, the growth of industrialization, urbanization, And the advent of First World War brought the loss of faith in the traditional values and morals. Modernism is a major literary movement in the first part of 20th century, and the term postmodern literature is used to describe certain tendencies in a post-Second World War literature. Now, when we come to 21st century, the 21st century has proved the world that English literature is no longer the sole province of Imperial England. When the English colonizers went to America, they produced literature as American literature. Similarly, those went to Australia, then introduced Australian literature. With colonization in some parts of the world, especially Africa and Asia, there emerged a new literature which later came to be known as Commonwealth literature, new literature in English, post-colonial literature, and so on. The pinnacle of such a literature in Salman Rushdie's Midnight's Children, winning the status of double Booker Prize novel. It won 1981 Booker Prize and 2008 Booker. An Indian English literary arena for more than a decade, a shining period was visible, initiated by Arundhati Roy's Booker Prize success in 1997 for The God of Small Things, Jhumpa Lahiri, Pulitzer Prize in 2003 for Interpreter of Melodies, Kiran Desai's Men Booker Prize in 2006 for Inheritance of Laws, and Arvind Adiga's similar achievement, that is Man Booker Prize in 2008 for White Tiger. So India has been enjoying English language literary forum. Yeah. Now, in the age of cybernetics, literature has become an art form. SMS has created new room for urban quotations and poems. Stories can now be presented in 140 characters or less. Don't you remember Twitter? Yeah. Flash fiction and microfiction have sidelined long elaborative patterns of writing. Now, all one needs to do is to Google it in place of Oxford Dictionary, which was once considered the Bible for literature. Blogging, twittering, microblogging, six-word novels, all of them are changing the trains of literature with regards to reading and writing. For example, if I take six-word novels, after she died, he came alive. These six words by Rebecca James. After she died, he came alive. And One Gun, Two Shots, Three Dead by Marcy. They are the examples of six-word novels. Isn't it just like 2020 cricket match? Now, Twitter fiction is being classified into certain new literary genres, which are given new names like thrillers become twillers, haikus become choikus, short stories become twist story or twisters, and now they have become their own literature, that is literature. Okay, we are now moving closer to the concept of the death of the author that Ronald Barthes had propounded. The text now has more and more gaps and makes it more and more readerly than writerly. So now, my friends, the ball is in your court to steer it towards new directions. But before it, you have to have a strong foundation of the core areas. I wish you to become confident, competent, and curious students of literature, not just to become teachers or researchers, but you have a plethora of adventurous avenues open for you, including advertising copywriter, creative director, event organizer, PR manager, that is digital copywriter, editorial assistant, then foreign language expert, lexicographer, magazine journalist, news anchor, publishing copy editor, proofreader, content writer. Content writer is a quite common term these days, interpreter, and of course, an author. And not taking much of your time, I conclude with a beautiful poem, If, by Rudyard Kipling here. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, yours is the earth and everything that is in it. So all word is yours, one. You have the command and control over the subject. So with that little note, I conclude here. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, all the collaborative colleges and especially Dr. Kapil Singh. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. So, in this short speech, ma'am has taken us through the social background and how in the different ages, how the literature is, the English literature is divided into different ages. And we have tried to cover all these ages in the whole program that we have planned for in the new proposed MA program. Different opportunities that the students can have. And it is not only teaching that they can aim for other opportunities as well. That is what ma'am has stated in her speech, told in her speech. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Sanjay Palvekar, Professor and Head, Department of English at Rashtrasant Tukaroji Maharaj, Nagpur University, Nagpur. So I'll just check his status.
Yes, sir is very much there online.
Okay. So shall I proceed?
Parvekar sir. Yeah. Parvekar sir. Sir.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I can.
Okay.
Can you just raise your volume? Parvekar sir, can you speak now? Yeah. Kapil sir का आवाज आ रहा है क्या? Is he audible?
Yes.
Sir, एक मिनट कुछ बोलिए.
Ask if I am audible to him.
नहीं, अभी तुम्हारा वो audible sir is on YouTube. अभी now can you hear him?
No, it was not very clear.
Sir, can you
I
speak
could make
once
that
again?
it is Dr. Palvekar, but I won't be able to understand. Anyway, if I am audible to him, he can go ahead with his speech.
But then his message has to be audible. His message has to be audible.
We can't hear anything, Karthik.
Yeah. हाँ सर, अभी बोल के देखिए तो.
हाँ, आ रही है आवाज.
अभी सुन पा रहे क्या सर को सर?
Yes, it's audible.
अभी आवाज आ रही है.
हाँ.
सर क्लियर है अभी?
Hello sir, am I audible?
नहीं, सर को आप सर, you are audible to sir, but is sir audible to you?
No, not as clearly as it should be. उतना नहीं आ रहा है वैसे. But
yes sir.
Wait for a minute.
हाँ.
Do one thing.
हाँ.
Send up type.
हाँ.
And you read it out for me. You will be visible. You can speak on.
Yeah. Okay.
Just wait for a minute. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
अभी आ रही ना सर आवाज? अभी आ रही थी आवाज?
हाँ, he was asking to wait for a minute.
स्ट्रीम में वो क्लियर नहीं जा रही है. स्ट्रीम में वो क्लियर नहीं जा रहे, तो what he is doing is sending the file to me, and he has joined on YouTube. So he is asking me to, he has prepared some text, so I'll be reading it on his behalf.
Okay.
So that should be fine, I suppose.
Yeah.
He has joined on YouTube. There is some technical problem. He is not able to join us.
So before you start reading, Karthik, I'll just introduce him.
Yeah, sure.
Isn't it? Yeah. So now for the presidential address, we have Dr. Sanjay Palvekar, who is professor and heading the Department of English at Nagpur University. Sir has authored 2 books, Literature and Environment and Literature and Human Rights. He has also edited 2 books, that is Multiculturalism, Dynamics and Challenges. The first, and another book is Mapping Caste and Gender. Sir has worked on a major research project which was funded by the UGC The topic of his research was interdisciplinary studies of literature and environment. Then sir has also worked on a project which was sponsored by the university. It was the title of the major project was Violation of Human Rights, a study of the works of Arundhati Roy, Vikas Swarup, Kiran Desai, and Arvind Adiga. Sir has presented papers in the international conferences at United Kingdom, United States of America, and Romania. So I welcome sir to this valedictory and invite him to make the presidential address or presidential address. Yeah, over to you, Karthik.
Yeah, I'm waiting for his file to be there. Kapil, he has sent it to you. Please check your WhatsApp.
Okay.
Kapil.
Okay, I will. I'll read it out.
Yeah. Please check your WhatsApp.
It is there. So, as due to some technical problem, we are unable to connect him directly. Sir had sent his message. The text has been sent to me on WhatsApp, which I'll be reading out. This is an extraordinary. So I'm audible, na? Yeah, I am audible. This is an extraordinary critical situation we all are reeling under. The specter of pandemic took hundreds of thousands of lives across the world. This time, it is even more critical than ever in India. For us, each life is equally valuable. We have lost thousands of our folks and will continue to lose until we beat the disastrous pandemic. At the outset, I would like to express my deep and heartfelt condolences to the families and friends, and wish the departed souls may rest in peace. Huge loss we have incurred will never be reimbursed. However, I am abundantly optimistic. We are resilient society and will come out even stronger than before if we understand and live our lives in tune with nature. The critical situation has taught us many things. It has taught us nature reigns supreme. Any attempt on the part of human being to tame nature ends in their own fall. Today, all human arrogance in the face of COVID disaster is crumbling down. The edifice of material and technological development is falling apart. It has affected us it has asked us to revisit our ancient wisdom. Small is beautiful. That is under repeated lockdowns over the last 1 year, we have realized that even with minimum means, we can be happy. Today, the globe has come to understand that material and technological prosperity and development does not necessarily guarantee contentment and happiness. The course, the pandemic has had devastating consequences on all spheres of human existence, of standstill from elementary classes to postgraduate classes. Consequently, we were challenging to both consequently, they were challenging to both the teachers and the students, particularly in the developing countries like ours, where digital infrastructure is just beginning to come of age. I believe although technology has many advantages, classroom teaching learning has no nearest substitute. However, we have got to make the best of what is possible in the prevailing circumstances in the midst of introduction of new syllabus, which is applicable to the first semester in the academic year 2021, which will be extended to succeeding semesters as we move on. This new method of online teaching is truly challenging, calling for us to acquire new and diverse skill set, especially to our generation's teaching fraternity. As digital technology is not fully developed, we often encounter technological bugs and glitches. It is even more challenging to those who live in the rural areas where internet signal is not usually strong enough. Most of our students hail from distant places where network is still an issue. As a result, many students remain deprived of the benefits of the online education. Nonetheless, most of the students seem to be quite comfortable with new mode of teaching, and they seem to have been enjoying a thrill of learning online while chilling out at home. For us, even single student matters, and therefore it is time we sought new ways of reaching out to those who have little it's gone away. Comfortable. As a result, many students are deprived of the benefits of online education. Nonetheless, most of the students seem to be quite comfortable with new mode of teaching, and they seem to have been enjoying a thrill of learning online while chilling out at home. For us, even single student matters, and therefore it is time we sought new ways of reaching out to those who have who have little or no access to the internet. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I am sure we shall soon overcome these issues. This is just a beginning. We all must gear ourselves up for the long haul. We must thank Dr. Urmila Dabir, Chairperson, Board of Studies English, who got all of us on board for uphill task of framing the new syllabus, which I believe is rich and relevant through its contents. Dr. Dabir ensured that after extensive deliberations, all those involved were on the same page. It has been an outcome of blood, sweat, and tears of members of the Board of Studies for several months. Dr. Prantik Banerjee, Dr. Kapil Singhel, Dr. Naik, Dr. Nihal, to name a few, deserve sincerest thanks and congratulations. Dr. Prantik deserves special mention for coming up with a splendid book, indeed, on cultural studies, which to my mind is not only useful to the students who will opt for this paper, but will also be enlightening to the academicians and research scholars who are keen on this, or cognate fields. Finally, from the bottom of my heart, I express my gratitude to the organizing committee for thinking of me and having me on the panel. A big thank you to all once again. So this is the message from Sir, as because of some technical problems he couldn't join, and along with the technical problems, as we are going through the difficult times, there were other problems as well that we had faced, not only directly, as I have told you that a few of our resource person, they too were tested positives, and about 3 of our classes went unengaged. there were indirect, even otherwise we are a part of this society, and Karthik was always on toes in Bhandara, running from collector office to various hospitals, coming back, providing us technical support. But one day it happened that Karthik could make it on time, and we had no other option but to contact Dr. Anil Dodewar. And it was around 5 o'clock when we had the lecture of Madam Manjushri Sir Deshpande, I suppose, on that day. And Karthik was standing in the line for Remdesivir in the collector's office. And when Dr. Anil Dodewar was contacted, he immediately generated a link which was shared with the students and the teachers on the group. And the class, which was supposed to start at 5 o'clock, started a bit late, around 5:45 it started, but we could make it with the help of Anil Dodewar on that day. So this was one of the experience, and I am really thankful to Dr. Anil Dodewar for coming to our assistance on that day and helping us out. So with this thanks to Anil Dodewar, I also invite him to this last part of the program, that is proposing vote of thanks. Dr. Anil Dodewar is there to propose it. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kapil, sir.
Yeah, and one, sir, just a minute, and one announcement that immediately after the examination of MA Part 1, first semester is over, we are planning to start with the classes for second semester as well. MA Part 1, second semester. So,
just a minute, Kapil. We would be also compiling all the MCQs and we'll be sending it to the students online. So it will be a great help to them.
Okay, I'll come to that. Yeah, we have also asked the resource person to submit MCQs. The understanding of the students, the comprehensive study that we can judge of the students, and out of 16 classes that we have been conducted, we have received MCQs for 11 classes so far. We are waiting for the MCQs of about remaining 5, and after the other classes are conducted on the coming Sunday and Monday. I think on Monday we will be starting for the remaining classes, and all the MCQs will be made available on the WhatsApp group that can be shared with the students.
And just a word before Professor Dodewar takes up.
Yeah.
This is especially for Kapil and Karthik, because both of you have put in a lot of hard work and pain for making this particular session very successful. Not only this, but undergraduate also. You have managed all the technical support that we needed. And it is not that easy, because contacting everybody, having them on the screen and conducting the classes. So a special appreciation for both of you. And we are really overwhelmed when our syllabus is being appreciated. I think each and every board member has put in a lot of hard work to make this particular syllabus, UG and PG, whatever we have given to our students, a successful one. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks, ma'am. It's a pleasure to be a part of this. And we'll continue with this in the future as well. And we'll try to get involved other colleges and the people who haven't joined us right now.
Yes,
we'll try to
we would
contact,
also invite other colleges, and it's just a beginning. It's a long way to go now. It's
just a beginning, yeah. So over to you, Anil, sir.
Thank you, sir. Honorable dignitaries present here on the virtual platform, and all my dear virtual participants. We are almost at the fag end of the valedictory program of online lecture series organized by the Departments of English, Rajkumar Keval Ramani Mahila Mahavidyalaya Nagpur, Vasantrao Naik Government Institute of Arts and Social Science Nagpur, Mahila Mahavidyalaya Nagpur, J.M. Patil Arts, Commerce and Science College Bhandara. What is left is the formality to propose a vote of thanks. Hence, it's my honor and proud privilege to conclude this program by extending a vote of thanks to all of you present here today. Dear digital participants, today we have assembled here to witness the valedictory program of online lecture series conducted for the students of M.A. English first semester from 19th of April 2021 to till date. On this auspicious occasion, we have some dignitaries whose presence has really enhanced the beauty of this program. Hence, it is obligatory on our part to acknowledge the valuable presence of all by extending a vote of thanks. So, first of all, on behalf of all these 4 colleges, I wholeheartedly express my sincere gratitude to Professor Dr. Sanjay Palvekar, Head Department of English, RTMNU Nagpur, for being kind enough to accept our invitation and preside over the program. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I also express my deep sense of gratitude to the chief guest of today's program and principal of Renuka Mahavidyalaya Besa Nagpur, Dr. Jyoti Patil, who has accepted our invitation and guided our students on this occasion. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. I am equally thankful to Dr. Vandana Bhagdikar, Head of the Department and Principal of Mahila Mahavidyalaya Nagpur, for enlightening the gathering with her introductory remarks. Thank you, ma'am. I also express my sincere thanks to the conveners, Dr. Sunetra Maharaj Patil, Director, VNGI ASS Nagpur, Dr. Urmila Dabir, Principal, Rajkumar Kevalramani, Mahila Mahavidyalaya Nagpur, Dr. Vikas Dhomne, Principal, J.M. Patel College, Bhandara, and Dr. Vandana Bhagdikar, Principal, Mahila Mahavidyalaya Nagpur, for having the novel thought of conducting such kind of academic venture in the pandemic situation for the benefit of the students. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. My special thanks are also due to the organizing secretaries, Dr. Kapil Singhel, Dr. Madhvi Moril, Dr. Karthik Panikar, who have taken a lot of efforts to make this event a reality. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. My duty shall be incomplete if I do not mention about those who have extended the helping hand for the success of this online lecture series by accepting invitation as a resource person. I therefore express my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Prantik Banerjee, Hislop College, Nagpur, for inaugurating the online lecture series and extending a warm cooperation. I also express my deep sense of gratitude to all resource persons, Dr. Rita Dharmadikari, Dr. Sudesh Bhote, Dr. Pranjali Kane, Dr. Supanto Bhattacharya, Mr. Govind Rathod, Dr. Karthik Panikar, Dr. Sujata Chakravarti, Dr. Madhvi Moril, Dr. Naveen Kumar Sir, Dr. Priya Vanjari, Dr. Bipasha Gosal, Dr. Somnath Barure, Dr. Anil Dodeva, Mr. Ajay Devkate, Dr. Nihal Sheikh, Dr. Bhojraj Srirame, Dr. Manjushri Sardesh Pandey, Dr. Urmila Dabir, Dr. Kapil Singhel, and Dr. Sandhya Jain, who have delivered wonderful lectures on the topics assigned to them in the online lecture series. Thank you, everyone. On behalf of all these 4 colleges, I record my deep sense of appreciation and thanks to Dr. Karthik Panikar, who has successfully shouldered the responsibility of the most difficult task, that is the technical support throughout the course. My special thanks should also go to Dr. Kapil Singhel sir, who has managed the entire course in a wonderful way. My duty shall be incomplete if I do not mention about those who have directly or indirectly contributed something for the betterment of this online lecture series. Last but not the least, dear students, it is because of your presence this lecture series could have been successful. So on behalf of all these host colleges, I appreciate and thank you all. So once again, on behalf of the departments of English, राजकुमार केवल रमानी महिला महाविद्यालय, वसंतराव नाईक गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ आर्ट्स एंड सोशल साइंसेस महिला महाविद्यालय, and J.M. Patel Arts, Commerce and Science College, Bandara. I thank you all and wish you all the best. Dear students, stay home, stay happy, stay safe. Now, with this, with the consent of the chair, I hereby declare that the virtual valedictory program is over. Thank you everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Kapil, shall we close it?
Yeah, we can go offline. So once again, thank you, Madam Patil, Madam Bhagadikar, Madam Dabir, Madam, and all the participants as well as resource persons. So meet you next time with this program of semester, second semester. Okay.
Thank you, Kapil Sahab.
हाँ सर, हो गया, निपट गया, हो गया सर.
Okay. So, should I close down?
Yes, yes.